Hello there everyone, and welcome to a new review on the channel. And today we're looking at the very popular, we're already on the second sold out run of this effect, going into the third, and that is Bitcoin by James Keatley. A very cool, a very interesting effect that I think everyone that is going to click on this video has already probably seen or heard of or watched in a Blackpool video. It took the world by storm. It's a very cool and a very good effect that even myself that was excited about purchasing it, it kind of a bit exceeded some of my expectations. So I can't wait to talk more about it to you, give you a rundown of what it is. And yeah, let's roll the intro and do a deep dive into Bitcoin. Perfect, so you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about Bitcoin. Now, what is Bitcoin? Bitcoin essentially is an effect, a routine, a project in which you'll be able to make coins appear, go through the table, go from below the table up in the table, make coins appear in impossible locations, make coins get bigger, make coins vanish, a bunch of different things depending on the routines that you do. Now, we will talk about this in a moment, but I have the complete package of Bitcoin, which means I have all the phases and all the props. But for the demonstration that I'm going to run in a moment, I'm just going to do a very basic one because since I don't have spectators, etc., I don't want to do the second phase and have the liquid and the vanishing liquid gag and all of that for you. So we're just going to do a very streamlined version of the effect, but we're going to talk about what those phases extra offer you when you buy them, if you decide to buy them. So having said that, let's run a small clip of me performing Bitcoin right now. Okay, so this is a small performance of Bitcoin. This is kind of the main kind of type of routine you can do with the base version of it. It's not the one that you can do with the add-ons. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But the main version would go something like this. You would introduce yourself to your spectators and you tell them that you're going to show them a few tricks. But before, you're going to tell them that you need your magic wand and that you forgot it and that you had to go to your local shop and improvise and buy one and you bought a lighter. But that doesn't matter because a magic wand is a magic wand as long as your imagination makes it be. So you show them that you have an empty hand here, nothing in here. You show that you have an empty hand here, nothing there. And with just a shake and a tap, and maybe even a blow, you can make a coin appear inside of your hand. Now you tell them that you're going to take this a step further. And what you're going to do now is, look, if you take it and you throw the coin goes through the air, all the way down, through their hand, inside of the box, through the box, and underneath of their hand. So then they would lift that up, and they would see that a coin has appeared underneath their hand. So now you would take the coin, and you would show them that you're going to do something interesting. You're going to take it and you're going to go through the table. So instead of going from under, you'd go through the table to make the coin completely vanish. And you would take that right there and you would give it to them to inspect. So after that, you're going to tell them that if they can see the gimmick in the coin, if they can see the gimmick right here in the middle of the coin, do they see that? They're going to probably say no. So you tell them, look, if you just take it and rub it just like that, you can see maybe now that there was actually a button to make the coin very small or very big. And they can, of course, inspect all of that. So that was a small routine of Bitcoin. It wasn't the best. I granted, as you know, with the camera angle and everything, it's hard to perform certain routines, especially routines such as this to the camera, and especially when you have no one to perform to, everything gets a bit more complicated. And since I'm in a silent room, you may have heard a few things, but I still hope that you enjoyed that presentation and you can see the value of this trick. So having said that, where do you buy this? How much does it cost? And what do you get? So you can buy this exclusively for now only at jackmagic.com. I repeat, you can buy this at jackmagic.com. I'll maybe put a link in the description if you're interested. It is currently sold out, but this retails in two ways. It retails as the normal Bitcoin effect, which is kind of what I showed you here, which means that you're getting everything that you need to do kind of the appearing coin, disappearing coin, coin through table, etc. So you get all of that, and that costs, according to my conversions, because I did them all manually, it costs, I believe, 79 or 80 pounds, 85 US dollars, or 137 Canadian dollars. Yes, that's how bad the Canadian dollar is. Then if you want to buy the Bitcoin Plus version, which includes a few add-ons for a second phase, then that will cost you 173 Canadian dollars, approximately 100 pounds, and approximately, I believe, around 120 US dollars. And on top of that, you're going to have to pay shipping if you're outside of the UK, which to me, the shipping was very expensive. It was almost $40. So this is not an expensive prop, which is why I'm going to take my time to review and explain everything that you get with it. So now that you know where you buy this and how much does it cost, let's talk about what you get. So if you buy the standard version, this is what you get. So you're going to get your gimmicked lighter, which is just like that. It looks very nice and authentic. You get your lighter. You get your jumbo coin, which is also very nice because I believe this is a bit smaller than a jumbo coin, which makes it easier to manipulate and palm, which is very cool. And it's a very solid, it's not one of those flimsy plastic. It's, as you can hear, it's very, very solid. You then get your tin. Inside of this tin, you're going to get your Morgan type coin, which is going to be just like this. This is a normal one that you get. So you get this in this pouch. Like even more in this pouch, you get your gimmicked coin, which I think some people already kind of have an idea of what that is, but you get that gimmicked coin as well. You then get some extra ways, some certain things to heighten the effect depending on your performance style. If you perform this somewhere that's very, very silent, he gives you an option to put something in the lighter that is going to make less sound. He also gives you replacement bands if ever something is to break in the effect. He gives you some putty if you want to do this on social media in ways that are much, much more cleaner. He gives you some putty. And then you also get your card with your tutorial Vimeo link that is with basically Craig Petty. And both of them are kind of, I think, in like a bar or restaurant. It's not the best audio quality or the best video, but everything is set up in different sections. So you have like a small video that's like 3 minutes for the introduction, a small video that's like 4 minutes for the props. So you have, I think it's 16 videos around that. They have live performances. Everything is explained in excruciating detail. The instructions are very good as well. So that is what you get with your normal purchase of Bitcoin. Then if you decide to purchase the extra upgrade, which is the second phase, this is what you get. The second phase comes with a straw. It comes with some plastic cups that you can also get a link to buy more. It comes with an extra coin, a special gimmick coin for that phase specifically. And it comes with a set of instructions that are basically James Keatley in his house explaining to you how to do the phase. And it has also some bonus routines, and you also have some live performances of that phase as well. So that is what you get with the second phase. And essentially the second phase is one where you have a cup with liquid inside. You place the cup inside the spectator's hands. You have them hold it. You remove the straw. You tell them that you're going to make the liquid vanish. Of course, you play a gag and you say you can't actually make it vanish. And then when they lift their hand up, instead of the coin appearing, let's say, underneath the tin or inside of their pocket or whatever, it appears in their hand underneath of the cup. And I will tell you that if you're interested in this effect, buy the second phase, because the second phase is extremely, extremely strong. I think that everyone that I've performed it to, I've did it with the second phase. And I think that once I'm done with the second phase, they're done. They're like, mentally, anything you do, they're just going to accept it, because the second phase I found is so extremely strong and striking and out of the blue that once you do that, everyone that I did it for, when they lift the cup and they see the coin, their eyes go like this and they start laughing and they don't know what to say because it is so impossible. That I think that the second phase is so strong that it's worth the upgrade. And I think that you do that second phase and everything you do after, even if you fumble a bit or anything, they will literally not care because of how strong that was, okay? So having said all of that and having understood what you get with your package for your money, Let's talk now about difficulty. So how difficult is this to perform? So no matter if you use phase 2 or any other phase, the routine is, as I kind of showed you, you show your hand empty, produce a coin, you vanish a coin, make it appear in an impossible location, you then take the coin. Since my mat wasn't really good and it's not really stable, the lighter doesn't really stay centered, so it kind of tips over. But if you're at a normal table, you can like place the lighter just like that. I like to do a phase where I take the coin and I pass it through the table. And then I do the second phase, which is passing the coin from underneath through on top of the table. And then the routine ends with you producing the jumbo coin. So that's kind of the main routine. So as you know, if you've been watching, I'm not a major coin guy, but this is really easy. What you're getting here is relatively easy in terms of doing. The coin, the appearance of the coin is self-working. You literally do nothing. There's no sleights, nothing. The gimmick does everything for you. So the first phase is beginner friendly. The second phase, whether you choose the cup or whether you choose the impossible object, as long as you know to do any coin vanish. So no matter what coin vanish you can make the coin appear in an impossible location. So super, super easy. Then the phase of the coin through table and the coin from underneath the table through the top of the table. Super, super easy. Again, as long as you can just do a simple coin vanish, incredibly, incredibly, incredibly easy. And then the last phase with the jumbo coin, again, super, super easy. There's pretty much no sleights here. So by that, I mean that there's no difficult or complicated sleights. So there's no like classic palms, or there's no like JW grips or any weird grips or anything like that. Everything is very simple. So yes, there's some sleights, but they're like the basic sleights that you learn in coin magic. There's nothing complicated here, which I like. Probably the only complicated thing that may stress some people out is when you make the coin appear in the impossible location, you have to do a get ready with the lighter before placing it on the table. So you have to do like a get ready for that, okay? So that's probably the only place where people are gonna be scared, but it's covered in the routining. For example, if you make it appear underneath the glass, the spectator has to remove his hand here, take the glass here, remove and react, which gives you enough time to do the magic. For example, if you do it inside of a case or inside of anywhere, they would have to they would have you tell them, jiggle the case. Can you hear something? Yes. Open it up. Can you see something? Show to everyone. It gives you time. So by putting the coin in an impossible location, it gives you the time to do all the dirty work while they're focused on that certain object. So yes, in retrospect, doing it kind of on camera the way that I did it, for example, maybe makes that a bit more scary than it should be, because I don't have anyone here to work with like a dead camera angle. So maybe it looks worse than you may expect. But in real life scenarios, I have performed this, I think, over 6 or 7 times now since I've got it. And no one has ever noticed because of the reactions that they get from the other phase. So in terms of difficulty, I would say it's kind of between beginner and intermediate. So like in the middle of that to intermediate. So I wouldn't say that this is beyond the reach of anyone, even people that are kind of new to coin magic. Having said that, what is the practicality of this effect? Well, this is where you have to consider some things. If you want to do the version with the glass, which I love, then you're going to have to carry around the straw, you're going to have to carry around the glass, you're going to have to carry around some liquid and the extra coin, okay? So there's a bit more. If you want to do it in the impossible location, you just have to carry the place of the impossible location. James Keatley does it in a cigarette box, but if you want to do it anywhere else, you'll have to carry around that prop. Then, of course, you have to carry around your lighter with the gimmicked coin and the normal coin and your jumbo coin. So there's a few things you have to carry around. But for example, let's say that this is a cigarette box, as James Keatley does it. Then this is pretty much what you have to carry. So this would be inside of the box. This would be outside with the coin. So that's kind of just what you have to carry to perform. So it's not much, because this can easily go in your pocket. This can easily go in your back pocket. And this could easily go in your front pocket or wherever you would carry that object where you want to make the coin appear, right? So it's not much in that regard. If you want to do the second phase, then yes, you do have to carry a bit more because you'd have to carry around this cup and the straw with you, but that would be definitely if you're going to perform in some specific settings when you know you're going to be performing, so not something kind of impromptu. This, what I have here, could be some impromptu thing you do, but yeah, this is what you need in terms of objects for the main version. So you have to carry around a few things with you, but it's nothing overbearing that really like is bulky in your clothes or whatever. So having said that, what are the angles? The angles for the routine are very good, I would say, except for the kind of prep that you have to do between the impossible location and the coin through table, which is kind of a 180. Everything else in the routine could be maybe 270 to even 360, depending how you angle yourself and how you move. The angles are pretty good with this. In terms of inspectability, they can inspect everything kind of except the lighter. So you could definitely do a switch with the lighter because the way the routine is constructed for that, because they inspect the coin a few times in the routine. So the coin has no heat. When you produce the jumbo coin can be inspected. There's no heat. And when you produce the jumbo coin, this by normalcy goes inside of your pocket. So if ever you would want, after you produce the jumbo coin, you can just switch it with a normal big lighter and just place everything on the table, and that's fine. So inspectability wise, I'd say it's pretty much inspectable. So the lighter is the only thing that kind of isn't inspectable throughout the routine, only at the end with a switch. So I don't think I'm spoiling anything. I think everyone knows that the lighter helps with the routine and it's the principal gimmick. So I'm not spoiling anything. So yes, you will have to, if you want the lighter inspected, just switch it. But everything else, the coin can be inspected. The place where you produce the coin, whether it's like in a cigarette box or the cup, can be inspected. The jumbo coin can be inspected. There's no problem regarding that. Additionally, what we can say regarding practicality is refills. You will not need any refills. He provides you enough things if ever something goes wrong with your coin to replace, so you don't have to buy any refills. This is going to last you a very, very long time. The only thing you may want a refill for is the cups. If you perform it a lot, right, you're not going to go after you perform it and like clean the cup and people are going to be like, what is this guy doing? Why is he so adamant on keeping a plastic cup? So you can just maybe buy the cups extra, but anything else you don't really need. Another thing that I may want to say is that the lighter does not light, so it's not going to burn a flame. It's important for that as well. So if you want to burn a flame, then again, as I mentioned, you can do a switch with the lighter and then have it flame, but the lighter doesn't flame. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about practicality. Moving on now to where would you perform this? So this is a routine you can perform in a lot of casual scenarios. Table hopping, walk around is going to work well in all those scenarios. Even in parlor, I think in smaller parlor settings, this could work, but in situations like cabaret or stage, I don't think this routine is going to be something you do. It's very something you do from table to table at a restaurant, or from table to table at a wedding, or from table to table at a bar, or at a venue, or at a cocktail, or impromptu, or something you just pull out of your pocket to do. So regarding performance-wise, I think it can work pretty much anywhere except maybe kind of a bigger cabaret / stage setting, because I feel it's not a trick that really plays out for the masses or involves everyone in it. So I think it's much better for like a table or something like that. So having said all of this, what are the positives and negatives of Bitcoin? Let's start with the negatives. What are the negatives of Bitcoin? So one of the negatives of Bitcoin that I could find is maybe that the get ready can be a bit jarring for some people, but I think that once you start performing it, you're going to realize it's not as bad as you may think, but it is something to keep in mind. Second of all, a negative that I could possibly mention for Bitcoin is that if you want the lighter at the start of the routine to light or do something, you're going to have to maybe do a routine before, do something with a lighter where it lights, switch the lighter as you get into the other routine, and then switch it again at the end. So just keep in mind that the lighter can only be examined via kind of a pocket switch, right? So you have to keep that in mind. But apart from that, I really don't have anything else to say that is bad about Bitcoin. So let's get into the positives. What are the positives? One, the instructions are very good. Two, the props that you get are excellent. From the coins to the jumbo to the lighter to the straw to the extra things to everything that you get inside the box. Extremely well produced. You can see that these are handmade and made with care. Everything works as mentioned. Three, the routine is great. It's impactful. It's visual. Four, it's easy to do. Five, it's great for walk around settings. It's great for those scenarios. It involves spectators. It's a dynamic, it's visual. It has a lot of moments of magic, and also it's not very long. So in like a 2.5 minute routine, you have coins going through the table from the top, through the table, from the bottom, appearing in their hand or in a possible object, coins appearing, coins disappearing and vanishing, coins transforming into jumbo coins. There's so many magical moments that happen so fast that it's great. An extra positive is that the routine is so well structured. Everything makes sense. Nothing feels out of place, and everything flows, and everything was thought out with precision, because every movement that you do serves a purpose for the cleanup, serves a purpose for the next phase, serves a purpose for resetting in front of the spectator. Everything is so well thought out. So I really, really like this. So having said everything about Bitcoin, would I recommend it, and what would I rate it out of 10? So would I recommend Bitcoin? I think if you liked what you saw throughout all those videos, you're going to be even more astounded when you get your whole package as to how well this works and how well produced this is. So yes, I do recommend it if you liked it. Even if you're kind of not really into coins, as I am, this is something I'm now going to perform with coins. Since you know I only perform maybe the Silver Edge by Kim Anderson and a few, one or two other coin effects, this is something I'm going to perform and something that I'm going to use. It is very, very good. So yes, I recommend it. What would I rate it out of 10? I would rate Bitcoin by James Keatley a 9.5 on 10. It is great. I really, really like it and I really enjoy it. But I'm also willing to know what you guys think of it. So leave a comment down below, leave a like, subscribe, and see everyone in my next video. Have a great one, and bye.